I'm going to hurry up and get started with this video because all the tabs open here right now are absolutely killing me. My OCD is going a little bit crazy, so I'm gonna go in, boom through this, and delete things as I go. Now, yesterday, I uploaded a video called Dokkan is running out of ideas, stop, blah, blah, blah. Every unit, we still need Dragon Ball Z edition, and I told you in that video that I would go ahead and, release a sequel, I guess, but instead of Dragon Ball Z, we're covering Dragon Ball Super instead. Now, I am going to cover Battle of Gods as well as Resurrection F. I know they're Dragon Ball Z, but I'm not covering the movies, right? It's not movie hero stuff. It's just, the anime adaptation, if you will, just to cover it. Why not, right? It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we just want characters from either the movie or it's just same. It's literally the same thing. And I'm going to go all the way to the Tournament of Power. I will touch on some Dragon Ball Super Broly stuff, but again, we're going straight from Battle of Gods all the way to the Tournament of Power. If you want to see a GT version of this, then, consider letting me know in the comments of this video. And if you'd like to catch the community lacking with a subscriber challenge, consider commenting any subscriber challenge you want, and I'll add it to the next video. And of course, for today's really quick subscriber challenge, just be honest. If the amount of tabs I have open right now is bothering you, just be honest. You got caught lacking today. It is what it is. You gotta subscribe to the channel. If it doesn't bother you though, you can skip. Let's actually hop into this video, starting off again with Battle of Gods. Now, as you can see, right, I had way more tabs open, I have more tabs open in this video than I do with this one. We need a lot of stuff from Dragon Ball Z, but dude, Dragon Ball Super, are you kidding me? This is just, again, to show you all the things we really need. So, first thing I want to cover is this right here. Now, this is just a thing that I personally really want to see. I would love, absolutely love, an Otherworld Warrior support with LR King Kai, Gregory, and Bubbles. It doesn't really have to be like a summonable LR. It could be a prime battle. I think it'd be a great prime battle LR, or maybe even a friend summon LR, but a 3-key 50% Otherworld Warrior support, and maybe he can foresee super attacks, right? Because it makes sense when you consider the fact that King Kai can literally talk to Goku or get in contact with Vegeta and let him know that things are coming. In this case, it was Beerus, right? He warned Vegeta that Beerus was on his way, so he can literally, let's say if there was like 6 or more, or I guess if the entire team is of Otherworld Warrior category allies, or maybe even just, I don't know, movie heroes, right, category allies, he does foresee super attacks for a certain amount of turns from the start of turn, something like that. But I would love a King Kai, Gregory, and Bubbles unit, and maybe even featuring Goku in there as well, because, you get that point, right? Moving on, though, I would love to see this scene. Now, this scene is actually from the movie, not actually from the anime adaptation, but again, it doesn't really matter. I just want to see this Rage Vegeta in the game. Now, we already do have 2 versions of this. We have the summonable STR one, and then the, free-to-play one. Now, these units are cool and all. We can definitely get easy ace for these characters. Let me go ahead and just delete this while I'm here, right? But yeah, so we already have these units here. Again, they can get easy as awakenings, whatever the case may be. But I think this scene right here deserves an LR 100%. It could be like Carnival LR, or maybe even part 2 of any, given Battle of God celebration. But regardless, this Vegeta scene needs to be in it, and I would love this transformation scene and then Vegeta going in to attack the enemy, right? This I think with how Dokkan's, what makes me most excited about things like this is just picturing the animations in the game, right? I get it, right? Beast Gohan, definitely an L of a release in terms of not having a playable Beast Gohan, but you can't lie, dude. The animations on that active skill goes crazy, and so it's like, again, this is just, I don't know. I want to see it in the game. I'm going to delete these. Next, we have a Gotenks. Now, I mentioned in the Dragon Ball Z version of this type of video that I really want an LR Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. So this could be like a banner unit or whatever the case may be, but a transforming banner unit Gotenks, maybe just some type of representation for Gotenks in this movie. Moving on, I do have an LR. I would love, absolutely love, a standalone LR Beerus. Now, I'm going to get to Beerus a little bit later in this video. If you know, you know. But a standalone Beerus from, and I'm talking about like standalone LR. We don't even have an LR like standalone Beerus. It's just Beerus and Whis. So if they're gonna give us an LRBers, I'd love for it to be from this movie or from a little bit later on. You can let me know if you do want a Beers from Battle of Gods or from the Goku Black arc, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Let's move on though. Then we have obviously I Will Not Let You Destroy My World Goku. There's so many ways that they can go ahead and decide to, or they can go ahead and tackle this Goku, right? Now he could just be a base form Goku who's fighting Beerus, and then boom, yells, has the scene, and goes Super Saiyan. It could just be a straight up just LR God Goku, right? Or Dokkan Fest God Goku, who then de-transforms and then boom goes into Super Saiyan. I don't really know how they do it, right? I don't really know, but what I do know is I would really want this scene right here. Sorry for how saturated this image is here, but the point is I'd really love an animated version of this Goku here, where Goku's holding back some sort of enemy attack, and while he's doing that, he kind of thinks about I don't think he thinks about Chi-Chi, but he thinks about everyone, English. He envisions everyone yelling his name right here. Look, watch the scene with me, okay? Look, so he sees Chi-Chi and everyone else say, oh, Goku, whatever it is, right? And then boom, he awakens that God spirit thingy, and then the little beam comes, through his back. You get the point, right? I'm lost for words, but this right here, imagine this in Dokkan. You know how hype this would be? Oh man, I would absolutely love it. So I would love that Goku to be in the game. Thank you very much. And that is pretty much it from the Battle of Gods. I don't really know, again, like there's so many other things, like small things we can get. Like I was even considering maybe like a Z Fighters that fought against Beerus, but they all got clapped. Like I don't really like, it doesn't like I don't know who'd be excited for something like that. Moving on though, we now have the Resurrection F arc, or Resurrection F, yeah, I guess technically arc in here. And it's unfortunate because it's not that it's unfortunate, we do have LR Golden Frieza now, so definitely a W. Maybe they can really say transforming Frieza into Golden Frieza from this movie. Definitely still a possibility. I didn't even add that in here. Now I'm actually just thinking about that now. We also do have the the Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta Dokkan Festival. I'm actually now thinking about maybe even a base Goku and base Vegeta who transform into blue, because that unit needs to be the end Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta. Unfortunately, it's just not it. They are not it, unfortunately. But anyways, let's move into it. So first unit I have here is a Tagoma. Now this Tagoma I really could see. I mean, in Dokkan he actually does have a card. He is a rare Tagoma here. And these are his categories. I could actually see him being a really solid tank and a support for one of these categories here. Now again, obviously his links are not going to be great. He's not sharing many links, or he will not be sharing many links with a Frieza character, but he could still be supporting Frieza. Maybe 3 key and 30% to all allies, all extreme class allies, and then extra maybe 3 key and 10% damage reduction to all Frieza. Again, I don't really know what they do here, right? But also make him extremely tanky, because he went from being a complete, like just a body bag, into being really tanky, because he trained with Frieza for quite some time. So I could really see Tagoma being a decent banner unit, a really tanky one at that. Maybe he's not super strong, but he can take a lot of hits, and maybe he has a really good amount of damage reduction for the first few turns or something. And then yeah, so I would love to see a Tagoma in the game. And then we also do have here, this is the Z Fighters I actually wanted to bring up. This Z Fighters actually put in work, right, during this movie. And I brought up this card as a reference because I could see many people maybe saying, okay, but a card with all 5 of these LRs, or all 5 of these units may not be extremely realistic. And I even thought that too for a second, then I realized that this unit exists. So they can definitely find a way to make all of this work. I think it would be really cool. So yeah, I mean, I definitely think this, moment deserves some type of love here. The next one here is going to be a little bit, a little bit of a meme, but Tracksuit Gohan getting maybe his own banner unit. I don't think Tracksuit Gohan really deserves much, because he was not putting in work in this movie, besides, maybe this scene here. He was really, like, maybe he was putting a little bit of work, but I think we all remember how disrespected he was. So maybe just a banner unit Gohan, I think, could be really cool. I would actually like to see him in the game, or at least awaken the SR version. There is an STR Super Saiyan Tracksuit Gohan that you may remember from summoning. Maybe give him some type of awakening, and I don't know what you do with him. Maybe I don't know how. If you Dokkan awaken a Super Saiyan Gohan, what does he turn into? Like a base form? Just I don't know what he turned into. I don't know. What I do know is that I think it would be cool to get some type of love for him in the game. Next, we do have this Whis. Now, it's not specifically this Whis. I'm just giving you an image here to actually look at. But more specifically, I want a Whis who can do this. A Whis that can rewind time when you end up getting clapped by a specific enemy, or maybe by any absolute enemy. Maybe this could be the first character in Dokkan. Maybe, again, a standalone LR. Not LR Beerus and Whis or whatever. Just an LR Whis. Maybe a free-to-play LR Whis. That has a really... Maybe the Whis isn't really doing that much damage. Maybe Whis is just a really dodgy defensive character, and he has an ability to revive no matter where he is on rotation. Like, let's say he's not even on rotation. Maybe he can still offer you let's say you still die, because remember, Whis was on the sidelines, right? Whis wasn't like actively participating in battle. Whis in Dokkan terms, Whis wasn't even on rotation during this fight. You see what I'm saying? So Whis all the way in the sidelines. I think it would be really cool if you can just load up into any type of event, and maybe for like the first 5 turns, Whis offers the revive no matter where he is on rotation, and then maybe after a certain amount of turns, then it becomes more restricted to having to have him on rotation, just in case, right? I think that could be really, really cool concept card. Make it free, because why the heck not? But make him also very restrictive. Make it so that you have to have movie hero category allies on the team to make him somewhat viable defensively, offensively, whatever the case may be. But regardless, an LR Whis who can rewind time and give us this animation, I think, would be absolutely sick. But now we move into the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 thing here. Now, actually, just remember that I forgot to add a character here. I'm just mentioning it right now. During this arc, we had a scene, or I guess a few episodes, of Goku and Vegeta training in those really like chunky outfits. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the chunky tan outfits, the bubbly outfits. I think it actually could be really sick to have like maybe like a free to play Goku and Vegeta in those outfits, and then maybe they exchange into just a Goku and Vegeta who are not in those outfits anymore, and that just a little bit like it's like a stronger version of the Goku. So it's like a transformation. They basically just take off. Think of like Videl, the STR Videl with like a little costume change. Think about it like that with this Goku and Vegeta. So the TUR art, I guess you can say, would be the training Goku and Vegeta here, and then the outfit change, take off the weights, and maybe the unit becomes a little bit fast. Not fast. When I say faster, I'm saying like the unit, has a chance to dodge now. The unit, is a little bit stronger. Things like that, right? I think that could be really sick. But anyways, moving on. The first thing I want to actually bring up here is a Frost. Now, I think Frost could actually introduce a really interesting mechanic into the game, which is maybe like a poison mechanic. So maybe Frost has an ability, a percent chance to activate only once per fight, maybe, or once per enemy, maybe, right? Because there's different enemies sometimes in a fight, where Frost will inject the enemy with poison, I guess you could say, or inflict poison upon the enemy. And every single turn, the enemy will lose a certain amount of HP, right? So let's say, and maybe there's like a randomness, a factor to it. So let's say if you get, maybe not randomness, but let's say you get Frost's, let's say he's an LR Frost, for example, right? You get his 12 key super attack. His 12 key super attack will inflict poison once only, and that poison will take away 7% HP for the rest of the fight per turn, right? If you get his 18 key, it takes away 10% health per turn, whatever the case may be, right? For a certain amount of turns. I don't really know how it would work, but I think a new mechanic like that, belonging just to Frost could be really, really, really cool. And maybe even a boss with Frost, where they're basically doing that to us. Every single time we enter rotation, or every single time a new turn begins, we lose a little bit of HP. I think Frost could actually be a really annoying enemy if that was the case, but you guys get my point, right? I think that could be really, really, really cool. I would love to see Frost get the respect he does not deserve. Let's just be honest. Then we have a transforming Kaba. Now we do have Kaba, Super Saiyan Kaba at that in the game, but I do think capturing this transformation in Dokkan would also be really, really sick. I don't know, it would be an LR, TUR, free-to-play unit. I don't really care. I just want to see the transformation in the game. Then we have an LR hit. Now, I said LR, just not an LR hit, but I would love to see an LR hit. I think we all would love to see a hit like an actual standalone LR hit in the game. The only LR hit we actually have in the game is a LR hit in God Goku. There's also many hits in the game who need some type of love. There's a physical free-to-play hit who needs like an awakening and EZA. We have the actually the SR hit has an EZA, right? But the AGL World Tournament hit could definitely use an EZA. I also believe that the Int hit could also use there's a lot of hits in the game that can definitely use some love. So with the introduction of an LR hit, we can also get awakenings and EZAs for all those other hits as well. A big Universe 6 buff, if you will. And then seeing his like ability here, seeing his what's the word? His time skip. There you go. His time skip could also be really, really cool in Dokkan as well. Maybe has an active skill, right? Where he time skips, and then LR hit changes the entire field to like a specific orb, and then he can attack. He performs that attack, and then the time skip runs out. The enemy takes the damage, and then you could just return to playing the rotation like normal. So hit can basically attack twice if you think about it. So you enter the rotation, you activate hits active skill. He collects all the orbs. He gets an extra attack buff per orb obtained maybe, and then he attacks the enemy. The enemy does not lose health until the time skip effect goes away, and then you can play your rotation like normal, and then collect key with hit again and do whatever you got to do. And maybe you can do that maybe 2-3 times per turn. We do have LRSTR Turles who can activate his active skill twice, so we've already seen that in game. Maybe he can do it 3 times, once every 3 turns, or maybe he has to build up to it. I don't really know how it would work, but yeah, I think it could be really, really, really sick. Let's go ahead and just delete this as well, and just delete this. Next we have Kaioken Blue times 10, or is it times 10 or times 20? I think in TOP I know it's times 20. I think in here is times 10. It doesn't really matter, okay? I just want a Kaioken Blue Goku. It's all I'm trying to say, man. I haven't watched this in a long time. Kaioken Blue Goku. I think it is times 10 though. But yeah, but give this moment an LR though. I'm not talking about no measly Dokkan. I want an LR Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. And of course, this specific powering up transformation scene animated could be absolutely sick. I would love it. This arc can definitely be really, really, really exciting when you start giving it the love again it deserves. And then I have Champa and Vados here. I know this is from TOP, but I'm just bringing you, or just want to, it's just a visual for you to understand what I'm talking about. LR Beerus and Whis exist. I would love an LR Vados and Champa as like maybe not like a counter, but a really good and solid support for you. Like maybe like the glue that holds Universe 6 together. They're really strong defensively. Maybe not doing too much damage, but they're supporting, giving key, attack, and defense. Maybe even damage reduction, right, to Universe 6. So let me know what you guys think. I think that's actually it right here. Yes, it is. Now we're entering the future arc. Now it is insane, right? How much stuff we actually need from the Goku Black or future Trunks arc. I have many things pulled up here, and I think all of these here are, I don't know if I covered absolutely everything. I feel like there's things I'm missing, so please let me know if you think there's something I'm missing here. These are just the things that I think we need, or the things that I would generally really, really want. The first one, of course, is a Super Saiyan 3 Goku from this fight here. I don't know about you guys, but seeing this fight, at least for the first time, definitely had me hype. But hey, listen, now that we have the 8th anniversary LRs of Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, right? Or the base Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, why not have a Super Saiyan 2 Trunks? Or if that's Super Saiyan, I don't really know, Super Saiyan 2 Trunks. Why not have a Super Saiyan 2 Trunks and a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta card? Again, links could be really, really, really weird. I absolutely get that, right? But just make them really strong first, like the Joint Forces category. Joint Forces category is a very, very strong category. I think it just definitely lacks cohesion. So if you were to bring out a card like this, again, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan Trunks in a card would be really, really weird, I think. But again, it gives more moments love for, again, to me, I just enjoyed this fight. So it wasn't really a fight, but you get it's definitely a fight. You get the point of what I'm trying to say. I would love to see this in the game. Then we have this moment here, which I think many people forgot of. It doesn't really have to be a blue Vegeta, but more so the Trunks, like a Trunks who goes buff, and then the enemy attacks, and then he kind of like, what would be really cool actually, if Trunks had like a guaranteed dodge. So for one turn you activate his active skill, and then he goes buff, and then the enemy attacks, right? And then, you know, the little cut in happens with Trunks' like, you know, art, and then he just, you know, de-transforms, I guess you can say, and it's just a guaranteed dodge, and then maybe like he attacks as like a little quick counter. I don't really know how it would work, but I actually kind of want to see something like that in the game. Or again, because the 8th anniversary LRs exist and because Dokkan is doing more custom stuff, a buff Trunks and blue Vegeta in the game I think would be absolutely sick. Let me know what you think, but let's move on. Then we have, this is the moment I was actually talking about before, an LR Hakai Beerus. So if they're not going to give us an LR Beerus from Battle of Gods, I think that getting an LR Beerus from here would make a lot, maybe even more sense, to be honest. And this could be, you know, a one-shot KO mechanic. Maybe it's a mechanic where, maybe it's like a Goku, right? Character with like maybe it's a Goku. I don't remember if Goku went with Beerus and Whis when this happened. I don't really remember. I think it was just Beerus and Whis. But let's just say Goku went, right? It could be a Goku, Beerus, and Whis character where, you know, Goku is like the standby, and then Beerus comes in, and then just if you get like enough ki or whatever, if you have to fill whatever restriction you have to fill, Beerus comes in, just absolutely just annihilates the enemy, guarantee KO for the turn. Cards like this, again, like one shots could be, I think, really, really cool, as long as you limit the character itself and make like have like very strict parameters to hit. I don't really see an issue with, you know, one shot KOs, as long as, you know, it's not just too utterly OP. But again, it's a PvE game, so who really cares at the end? Again, you get my point, right? And I know a Goku, Beerus, and Whis character would definitely be extremely weird in terms of links and stuff. I mean, Realm of Gods could potentially be there, you know, with Goku having God Ki, but I don't know. It's like, maybe just a Beerus and Whis, or maybe just a Beerus, actually, just an LR Beerus who can Hakai. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to get you know, like unique and stuff. But again, LR Beerus from this arc who does the Hakai is all I'm really trying to get to at the end of the day. Then we have a Zamasu. I just want an LR Zamasu in the game, dude. It's crazy to me how Zamasu himself doesn't have like a standalone LR in this game, and he's freaking immortal. Like, honestly, if you were to ask me, I think that the future arc here, the extreme class side of the future arc, has a lot of potential and is already really fun to run. Like, if you're running LR Merge Zamasu, and then the EZA Goku Black and Zamasu, and then maybe even LR, you know, Rose Goku Black here, and then, you know, the AGL support right here, and then the STR, like, this ends up being a really, really fun team. And we already know that this unit is getting an EZA at some point, right? And that Into Goku Black is getting an EZA at some point, right? So it's like, this team is only going to get better. And when you start factoring in that with all the other extreme class buffs we really need from this arc, the extreme class future saga arc could actually be one of the most enjoyable, at least for me, like one of the most enjoyable teams to run. And I think having a really strong heal, I know Legends recently got like a Zamasu banner unit who can, like, I think he's really good for healing. I don't really know what he does. I don't really play Legends like that, but having a Zamasu who's healing a lot of HP per turn, he's guarding. You know, he could be like the I don't know, Tech Ultimate Gohan of 2023 in terms of just how stupidly broken he is defensively. But again, make him really restrictive to where he needs to have extreme class future saga category allies on the team to make him be that good, if that makes sense. Or maybe he recovers a certain amount of HP depending on, maybe his entire kit just depends on how many extreme class category, you know, future saga category allies we actually have on the team. So I don't know, but Merge Zamasu I think could definitely be a really, really, really nice addition to, again, the extreme class side of things for this arc. And then we do have a base Goku Black and Zamasu. We do have the Rose Goku Black and Zamasu, but I would really love a Goku Black and just a base form Goku Black and Zamasu. You can actually link them up, of course, with the LR Tech Goku Black and Zamasu. This does not actually have to be, you know, an LR, or maybe it could be from the friend summons. Again, I don't really know. I also don't really care. I just want this in the game. I also know Legends actually has this, so it could actually be really, really, really fun, I think. And again, just extra support for this category and a scene that I think we can definitely utilize here. This is definitely, I think, a really nice super tech. I actually think, now that I'm actually looking at this, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the super attack for this character here? Yeah, this is literally what I'm asking for. Just release this character. Just release this. That's all you gotta do. It's actually very easy. Please, Dokkan, do that. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on though. Then we have a Vegeta who is pummeling Goku. Pummeling? Anyways, who is clapping Goku Black here. Now, I already know that the Int Vegeta, there's an Int Dokkan Fest Vegeta who already does this, but I think it's definitely time, let's be real, for a Vegeta with updated animations to be taking care of Goku Black the same way he did during this scene right here. I think it would be... I think it's due that we have this Vegeta in the game with updated animations, and it could even be an LR if you ask me. And that LR could also drop right alongside a Rage. This is one of my most wanted units from this arc, a Rage Goku. And I personally picture him being, or working very similar to how STR Kid Buu works in the game, where, you know, he's building up, right? And once this moment takes place, once you activate his active skill, or once, you know, the enemy does whatever, the little animation plays where Goku Black stabs him through Zamasu, and talks about, you know, Chi-Chi and Goten, blah, blah, blah. And then Goku, you know, yells, powers up like he does in the scene, and gains a permanent buff, the same way STR Kid Buu obtains his permanent attack and defense. I think it's plus 20% for his permanent buff. Let me actually just double check that really quick. I don't want to really be wrong here. But let me actually see. Where is the Worldwide Chaos? STR Kid Buu. Just so you guys can understand, yeah, so it's a permanent 20% attack and defense. I could see this Goku getting some sort of permanent buff like that after, you know, you build up just a little bit after you take a certain amount of attacks. I don't really know what it is, but yeah, this Goku I really want to see in the game. Could be really sick. Next, we have a Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, a joined forces Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta. I'm actually surprised this does not exist in the game just yet. It could be really sick, and then maybe they fuse into a Blue Vegito. But I will say that we don't have a single LR standalone Blue Vegito summonable. Blue Vegito. Look, I know this guy exists right here. I get it. I know he exists. I get it. But he's free to play. And his EZA, I'm not really too happy about how they handle it. I know they improved it, but I just think that we need a standalone Blue Vegito. Like, please give us a standalone Blue Vegito. So it could be a standalone Blue Vegito and a Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta who fuse and go straight into Blue Vegito. That's two different Vegetos that we can actually get from this arc. So why not? I don't think it's a crime. I think we definitely need it. So please, Dokkan, give our boy Vegito a little bit of love. Maybe a Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta just by themselves, or again, a Blue Goku, Blue Vegeta who fuse, or just a standalone Blue Vegeta, or all three. Because again, why the frick not? Then we have Corrupted Merged Zamasu. Now, Corrupted Merged Zamasu, I feel like is one of the more disrespected characters in Dokkan, if you were to ask me. I know that this character exists, I get it, but that's it. We do have, this one does transform, so again, you can make a good case, because, you know, it does transform into this one, but he sucks. So let's actually stop playing around, and let's just give, you know, our boy Merged Zamasu his very first LR, right? But standalone LR of this thing right here. And again, just buffing the extreme class side of things and making this team a very enjoyable one to run. Now, I could definitely see this Zamasu, we were having like a counter ability, like a melee counter with this animation right here. Oh, dude, could you imagine the animation? Oh, looking at this and thinking about it in Dokkan could be absolutely sick. That's what like, dude, there's something about the extreme class side of this category that just makes the team sound very exciting to run, and it's animations like this that I think could be really sick. Just give Merged Zamasu a guaranteed, you know, melee counter for like the first few turns of the fight, or I don't really care, or maybe guaranteed against Realm of Gods category enemies. I don't know, but this could be really sick if you ask me. Let's move on though. Because of course we do need a no, Rage Trunks. I don't really know what I don't think they ever gave this form an actual name, but Rage Trunks definitely deserves to have his moment to shine. He does have a free-to-play card, but let's be real, free-to-play is not enough to encapsulate or to you know, embody the hype I think that this scene was, at least back in the day. And then of course a Z Sword, Sword of Hope Trunks, I don't really know what the name would be, who just, kills and slices Zamasu in half. This moment needs an LR, and which is this LR here, I feel like could actually like give both global and JP instant top grossing. I feel like it's actually that hype. Now I know many people didn't actually like the ending of the Goku Black arc, but I just feel like with the right animations, they can really sell this Trunks here with that Sword of Hope Spirit Bomb attack thingy, whatever the heck you want to call it. And yeah, but with all that out the way, let me see here. Yeah, all out the way, we're actually now entering the Tournament of Power, which is where, again, this video will end. All these here are Tournament of Power ideas, by the way. Yeah, listen, there's just so many characters, right? Like, even if I tried to, like, I definitely spent time trying to collect characters here, but it was just like impossible because I wasn't gonna rewatch every episode, right? And there's definitely characters and things that I'm missing. So please let me know if you'd like to see something specific that I missed. I'm just trying to capture here all the either more hype characters or more characters that I can definitely think be introduced to the game and give the respect that they deserve. So here we go. Moving into the first option here. Now, okay, hold on. This Krillin here. I think, if I remember correctly, this Krillin was shown during the build-up and during the, I think build-up of the Tournament of Power. I don't remember what episode it was, but I remember Krillin unlocking like he went through some type of like training or like he was on some island doing I don't remember what episode it was at. Maybe I should have rewatched it, but he unlocked his fighting spirit, I think it was. I don't really remember. So maybe a Krillin who doesn't necessarily transform but unlocks his fighting spirit, and Dokkan could, I think, maybe be really cool as like a free-to-play unit, maybe. I don't really know, but again, I think Krillin deserves a little bit more love. So there you go. Also a fat Boo. I think Skinny Boo. But I meant to say a fat Boo who transforms into Skinny Boo. That could be really sick. So a fat Boo who's training with Goku maybe, and then boom, goes into Skinny Boo after a few turns, and then maybe his chance to dodge increases. He hits a little bit harder. I don't really know what they do here, but and maybe even like this could also be an AoE attack, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, please give Boo some sort. I know the AGL one does exist, but I can't help but imagine how cool it would be to get a fat Boo who goes into Skinny Boo here. And then we have this. So during the initial, there was like a tournament that was held before the Tournament of Power. And in that fight, or in that tournament, we had like that's where the giant Bergadmo comes from, right? But Gohan also fights, I think his name is Lavender? I think it's Lavender, one of these dogs here. And Lavender actually poisons Gohan and his eyes. I think it could be really cool, actually, to not get a Lavender here yet, but to get a Gohan with his eyes like, yeah, basically like a poisoned Super Saiyan Gohan, where, the art shows his eyes, not being able to like see or whatever, but maybe he's getting in tune with like his, his senses, and he has like a really high chance to dodge for a few amount of turns or whatever, or maybe he can counter, maybe he can dodge, maybe he can counter, maybe he can do a bunch of different stuff. I don't really know, but I think it could be really cool to see some sort of representation for this poisoned Gohan in the fight. Moving on though, I do really want to see a urine character. Now, there is already a free-to-play tech urine in the game that has like, the Master Roshi in the super tech effects, I believe. But I actually want to see like a legitimate like banner unit, or maybe even a free-to-play LR urine and Master Roshi. I would love to see something like that, and give Master Roshi some, like, give this card some actual legitimate like good animations. I did like this little mini arc thing, whatever you want to call it, the stretch of episodes, I guess. And then we do enter the Tournament of Power, and I believe this is Super Saiyan 2 Kaba. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, like, I think this is Super Saiyan 2 Kaba. He did unlock it during the Tournament of Power, so giving Kaba again just more love would be absolutely sick if you were to ask me. And then we have the double, full power lizard join forces character. I don't know, but I think it could be really cool, right, to get like a Imagine if it was like a full power Frost and full power Frieza who exchanges into Frieza, right? Maybe like during in the card, Frieza. The nodding is a little bit annoying, but you know, a Frieza who, you know, like I think a few moments after this, Frieza did like attack Frost and send him into the bleachers. So maybe it could be like an exchange into just full power Frieza, right? Or Angel full power Frieza. But I don't know. Maybe give this a little bit of love. Why not? Then we do have the Trio de Danger. Give this unit an LR. Free to play or not, I don't care. But I think the Trio de Danger definitely deserve their own LR. And same thing with the girls that everyone hates. All right. Ribrianne, I'm trying to remember their names from Dokkan. Ribrianne, Rosie, and Kakunza, is it, right? I don't know who's Kakunza. I don't know. I think this is Rosie. This is Kakunza. I think. I don't know. But this could be a solid free-to-play LR, maybe. And a lot of free-to-play LR ideas, by the way. And then maybe they transform into, the ones that everyone loves. The Universe 2, Universe of Love. Why not? Could be really, really sick free-to-play LR. I mean, again, I don't know how many people would actually be down for that. But then we also have Anaraza. I don't really know how you pronounce his name, but I do know this could actually be a really sick giant form. Maybe the LR is just like I forgot what universe he's from. I really don't know. But I could see maybe an LR of everyone from this universe, and then they just immediately transform into Anaraza. Maybe he does some AoE attacks. I don't know. Maybe he's can guarantee crit for a few turns. Again, I don't know. I just want to see him in game other than just a boss or other than a raid or whatever he may end up becoming, right? And then of course we have Kefla, Kefla, but an LR Kefla. I already know we have many Keflas in the game, right? We have the STR transforming Kefla, we have the Tech transforming Kefla. Well, no, we have the not transforming. Actually, yeah, Kefla is transforming. Then we have the Tech Kale and Khalifa who go into Kefla. Then we have the physical Kefla. Then we have, I think Kefla deserves a base form Kefla, who 100% deserves an LR here. Did I pull up anything else? No. And then, of course, he transforms through her different transformations, or whatever it may be. And then, of course, I do think we need a full power, or I guess God of Destruction mode Topo. Topo could actually be, I think, a really, really, really sick part to a large to any given God of Destruction, not God of Destruction, sorry, Tournament Power Celebration, or maybe even just a Dokkan. I think Topo could actually work as a Dokkan Fest. Yeah, I think he could work as just a standalone Dokkan Fest. Then part 2 could be something else completely, but this could be really, really sick if you ask me. I think Topo deserves more love outside of the STR God of Destruction Topo that's actually currently in the game. And then we have this. I have 2 different scenes pulled up here. We could just get like an LR Jiren who's just, standing like this. Or maybe a start of turn standby skill where Jiren is charging up, right? So, okay, this actually could get pretty sick. So, start of turn standby. You are not getting past Topo and Dispo. Maybe they dodge, right? And also have high damage reduction if you don't dodge. And you have to, collect a certain amount of ki, or take a certain amount of tax, or whatever within a certain amount of time. And if you fill the gauge up to where you need to, then Jiren, they get out of the way. Jiren gets out of his meditative state and then goes into full power Jiren immediately, right? Could be really, really sick. Or he doesn't, and he just goes straight into just normal Jiren. And if he goes into normal Jiren, I could really see this, like a guaranteed. Maybe he isn't as powerful as full power Jiren, but he has a guaranteed melee counter. Dude, this would be absolutely sick to see in the game. Are you kidding me? Guaranteed melee counter. No, not counter, but nullification. There you go. No matter who's attacking him, Jiren is just, he cannot be touched with a melee super attack. This could be, again, super, super sick. But of course, if you don't, this only happens if you don't fulfill the requirements or you don't get enough ki or whatever the case is for the gauge. But if you do, again, boom, into full power Jiren. I also think that a transforming Jiren into full power Jiren could also be a really great concept here. But again, I actually do like this concept a lot more. So start of turn, standby, Jiren, Dispo, Topo. Again, I don't know what the requirements would be, but if you collect enough ki, boom, you go into full power Jiren. If not, you go into normal Jiren, who's still really, really strong, and a guaranteed melee counter. Let me know what you guys think. But let's move on here. Now, I do have another, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku moment here. I think if they don't want to give the other Kaioken Goku from the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 arc an LR, they can give this Kaioken Goku an LR, absolutely. Maybe a Blue Goku who goes into Kaioken for his super attacks. I don't really know. But of course, during his standby skill, maybe, right, you launch another Spirit Bomb. And, of course, if you collect enough ki, no. If you don't collect enough ki, then the Spirit Bomb just goes through, right? And then boom, end of discussion. Maybe. But what if you do collect enough ki? If you do, then this animation plays, right? And then you go boom into Ultra Instinct. That could be like a transformation locked behind getting or filling up that gauge, right? Or whatever the gauge may be for the standby skill. But dude, it could be absolutely sick seeing this here, this transformation sequence, or maybe even like the ground, like the light hitting the ground and then boom. Oh, it could be absolutely sick seeing UI Goku come into the game like this. Let me know what you guys, it could also be a revival too, I don't really know, but yeah. So, and then last but not least here, I do have the possibility, again, they're doing more combo things like this. Seeing a UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta together could easily be an LR that they actually release. I don't see it too, to me, this screams STR or physical. Like, I can actually see this being in the game 100%. Again, we now know that Dokkan doesn't have, the units don't have to fight together for Dokkan to actually release them. And again, the 8th anniversary gives us that as an example. I also want to mention, because again, I did mention in the beginning of this video that I will talk about some Dragon Ball Super Broly stuff. Now, when it comes to that movie, the only two things I really want to see is just, again, an LR Dragon Ball Super Broly and then an LR God Vegeta, or an LR Super Saiyan Vegeta, who goes into that God state. I think that God Vegeta needs to exist in the game the same way that God Goku does, and then of course an LR for Dragon Ball Super Broly. But let me know what you guys think. Did I miss any ideas? Do you like any of the ideas? Do you like any of these ideas? Would you change any of these ideas? Again, dude, this is, people really say that Dokkan, we're running out of things to give, right? Dokkan is running out of Dokkan Fest, things to pull from. But this video has been 40 minutes. The other one was almost 30 minutes of just things that already exist in the anime that we still need. There is years and years and years of content to come, and I didn't even talk about GT yet. And there's still a lot of movies I did not cover as well. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Take care and peace.